وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful, praise be to Allah, peace be upon the Prophet Muhammad, his family, his companions. Inshallah, today we continue studying the different stages of development related to the human embryo. We discussed several stages until now, starting from the stage of nutfa, in modern science zygote, then alaqa, blood clot in modern science, then mudghah, showed substance in modern science, then bones. Today we are going to finish the rest of these stages, and we will start with the stage of flesh. So after the stage of bones, after the development of bones, the stage of flesh comes. And it's well stated in the Quran, and we used the verses from chapter 23, chapter Al-Mu'minun, verses 12 to 14. These three verses describe the development of human embryo inside the uterus precisely. And we match these verses to the modern science, the recent findings of embryologists, and we found that there is a full harmony, full agreement between the stages mentioned in the Quran and those mentioned in the modern science. As a matter of fact, some scientists, some embryologists suggested that it is better to use the terms of the Quran rather than those used in the modern science, because the terms in the Quran are easy, comprehensive, and simple. Okay, so the stage of flesh. The stage of flesh comes after the stage of bones. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah the Almighty, said in the Quran, فَكَسَوْنَا الْعِظَامَ لَحْمًا. فَكَسَوْنَا الْعِظَامَ لَحْمًا. The corresponding meaning of this is, and clothed the bones with flesh. In Arabic, lahm. Okay, we would like to shed light on the word lahm in Arabic. What does lahm mean? The Arabic word lahm means muscles and flesh. So, this is the meaning of lahm, muscles and flesh. That clothe the bones. Embryologists until recently thought that both bones and flesh develop at the same time. Therefore, some use such thinking as a proof that there is a conflict between modern science and the verses of the Quran. Okay? So that was the thinking of the embryologist, that both bones and flesh develop at the same time. However, the Quran states that bones develop first and then flesh develops. Okay. But the recent finding after the development of high technology, this high technology proved certainly that the verses of the Quran are correct in describing that the bones develop first and then flesh. So there is no conflict between the recent findings and the verses of the Quran. Okay? So, what does happen in the stage of flesh? We would like to know. The process, what's going on. We have a timetable here. Between the end of 7th week and the end of 8th week, the bones of the embryo are clothed with muscles and flesh to give a more distinguished human shape. So, at what time? Between the end of the 7th week and the end of the 8th week, bones are clothed with flesh, muscles and flesh. Okay? And remember that the bones start to develop at the end of the 6th week, according to the timetable that the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, gave us. When he said, when 42 nights pass over the drum, Allah the Almighty sends an angel to the womb, to the uterus, in order to so between the end of the 6th week and the start of the 7th week, flesh start to develop at the end of the 7th week. So between the timetable that the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, gave us and of the modern, then both human more as the human, a baby, and embryo, and flesh. The appearance, human shape. As the muscles in the flesh, the embryo starts to move. Now, life starts in that embryo. So, the modern science tells us that the embryo starts to move after the completion of muscles and flesh. This process called myogenesis. Myogenesis. This is the life of the human embryo during the first different stages, starting from the drop until the formation of the flesh. And it's called in modern science embryonic stage. Embryonic stage.